Hey guys, how are we doing on this fine Wednesday? I am doing alright. Yeah, I had another productive but not productive kind of day at work today, but I enjoyed work today. Nothing spectacular to report or anything. It was, yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, that's all I've got to say. No jokes. So, yeah, so tonight we are dealing with the aftermath of the big battle from last night in Eternal Strands. So, I did look it up, and there's another 2 acts of the game after this. So I thought that might be the end. And I believe I was saying last night that seems actually quite anticlimactic because there were no like big build up. I also looked how to beat the boss, and we absolutely did it wrong, but we got there. So, yeah. So we'll be continuing with it tonight. Sounds like we've got more of the game than I thought still to complete. So that's fine. That's fine. That's what we do. That's what we do on this channel. We complete games. So we go through from start to finish the single player games, and go from there. Maybe a little bit of multiplayer as well. All right. So yeah. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments how your Wednesday is going or has gone. And if you don't want to do that, just drop a smiley face in the comments, because why not? And yeah, let's get Eternal Strands on. Okay. Consult with Aria. Because everyone's very sad. Aftermath.
Hey.
How do you feel?
Okay now, but it was touch and go for a while. Lane will probably never forgive me. For that matter, I might not either.
I knew that fight. The spindle, giving her life like that. It'd be on your mind all night. How could it not?
I mean,
And
that's fair.
I've been mulling over what to tell you this morning. I had a speech planned, but you don't need a speech. You're like me. It'd ring false. So I'm going to tell you what I'd need to hear after something like that. You did good. It was an awful situation, but you stood up and did what needed to be done without hesitating. Not many people have that kind of grit.
That was good. It did do well, but it's nice to have it confirmed. Okay.
You're right. I think that was what I needed to hear. Thanks, Aria.
I think the bottom option there would have been Bryn coming across quite pissed off,
We've
so...
all had to adapt, but you more than anyone. Look, I know you, Bryn. You're made of stern stuff. You've the mountains in your bones.
That sounds painful.
Doubt being shaken, just a snowfall. Temporary, and it'll slide off soon.
That was the part you practiced, right?
Yes. But that doesn't make it less true.
Okay. Okay. Thoughts on what we do next? We obviously need to deal with that beast. But where to start?
We need to get everyone together. Our band, Arakim too. And I want you to call the meeting.
Me?
Yes, you.
Okay. Gather the band around the scry. Talk to Kazmin.
know you're not one to shy away from a fight, but you should have known better than to go toe-to-toe with that thing.
Casmin, I'm all right.
That's not the point, Bryn. I was really scared.
I know.
You're okay. That's what matters. Sorry, I just felt myself going back to a dark place.
I understand. I'm here, though. Safe and sound like everyone
They-
else.
These two are going to definitely end up together.
We're all here. That's what matters. Just do me a favor and rest before you go after that thing again. I know you. You don't like to leave anything unfinished.
For your sake, and mine, I'll rest first.
Upgrade station. I think it's max level reached on everything.
Spindle
Yep.
sacrificed everything for us. We could have lost Bryn just as quickly.
Okay. Compare and contrast.
Do you know what's amazing?
Tell me,
Digging into the past and salvaging relics that change your understanding of everything we do. Maybe this is old hat for you, because you've been free to do it for so long.
I haven't been doing it that long, but I can't imagine it will ever get old.
Well, good. So, our relics of the day are those scries we recovered, which work very much like yours, which demolishes my original bet on ours having been affected by this surge somehow. My best guess now is that they're working...
Yeah, but it was an
together and packed
educated
up
guess.
something. I floated the idea with Dom, and he was pretty into it. Want to join me in following up?
Oh, don't need me to do the asking this time?
No. I'm getting the hang of this.
New quest. Let's do this real
It's
quick.
good you're here, Bryn. We have a mystery to solve.
A scrinundrum. Ah, no, that doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
Riddle?
Ah, damn it. That's so much better.
You two are fun. To business, though, what we need to really work on the scries is a new set of the tools I use to maintain ours.
Do you not have them?
Lost in our mad dash through the veil. I hadn't felt the urgent need to replace them just yet, but if we're to compare and contrast our three classes of scry, we'll need them.
Fair. This seems odd this didn't come up early, asking why we need them now.
We haven't needed these tools until now?
Like most Enclave enchantments, the scries are incredibly durable. I normally maintain ours every few months. We had more pressing matters at hand until this mystery reared its head.
Wasn't it we damn had to do maintenance?
What exactly do these tools involve?
They are so very fiddly. Small optics for examining the casing, tiny enchanted ones to target the patterns that form the images and keep the sound clear. That sort of thing. Like tuning an instrument.
Fair enough. We're not the only weirds here.
Could we not borrow some from Arek's people?
I tried. I would consider their tools insufficient to our needs.
He's saying they're bad.
I'm saying they're bad, but politely.
I like that. It's not that bad, but it's polite, so it's fine.
This is usually the part where I find myself wrestling a giant lizard or something. So you might as well just tell me now.
Bryn, you never fail to cut to the heart of the matter, but I have good tidings. We need you to pick a flower.
A flower? That's it?
Not quite. It's from a plant renowned for its magical sensitivity called Mirian's Bloom.
And the tricky part, Dom was telling me, is that it can't be moved via any kind of teleportation. No loom gates and such.
Indeed, and complicating matters, it withers very quickly once picked. Lane and I can stabilize it, but we'll need our workstations here to do so, which means...
I'm going to have to run.
Pretty
Awesome.
much. Sorry about that.
I'll just stretch extra. Do we know where I can find some?
Yes, in the swamp not too far from here, on the other side of the hollow.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Leave strand. Right. I did see something where the creature we fought last night was the one that gave us our final kinetic power, but we've got no ability to weave a new power, so see what happens.
I know everyone's up in their heads right now, but we have real problems to solve. So let's clear the air.
Are you running this discussion then? She is.
Sev, this has to start with you. We knew you were working with the Eye. We told you we'd have your back. Help us understand what happened. Just breathe, Sev. Start from the beginning.
For such a big guy, he's just not confident, is he?
Sure, Bryn and Solar told you all. But I belong to an order called the Norians. We're sometimes called the Watersmiths. Imagine my surprise to learn our talents had been critical to the construction of the tapestry. Our order binds us to always help another Norian. Especially a high-ranking one like Stanild. And to keep their secrets.
So that's how he sunk his claws into you.
Hmm. The Norians operate nothing like us.
Why is the Order so secretive?
We've always been critical to the survival of Taza. Water is life in the desert, and we control the flow of water. The Elders have a secret political chokehold on the kingdoms. The altruistic Norians will tell you the secrecy is so no one can undo our work. But I have my doubts. And so, the Order operates in the shadows. I imagine they were much the same here in the Enclave.
I'm guessing so. So he was helping Stanild directly.
What did Stanild have you doing?
It was all work on repairing the Grand Gate. He'd heard about our success with the gate in the Hollow and felt I might be able to replicate it. Thanks to your help, I was able to do so. And he took me more into his confidence as a result.
They've joined the band before me.
Did you leave the Norians to become Solar's apprentice?
One never really leaves the Norians. Not with their life. If word got out about me betraying Stanild, I'd be a dead ram walking. But no. My people have a ritual known as Ram Bralem. It is a time to pursue another path. And Solar was kind enough to accept me for mine.
It's true. I knew it could be temporary, but was hoping you'd stay on after.
Hopefully he is. He just wants to know where Sev's likely to stand now.
The most important thing is whether we can trust you.
Yes, Sev. Convince us.
I swear, nothing I did was intended to cause harm. Too many of my order are political animals. But there is real good to be found among the Norians. Craftspeople who just wish to perfect their art. To bring water to people in need. To experiment, but need the resources to do so. Unfortunately, too many of those resources are controlled by people like Stanild. They're all the same.
Seems right.
They see a point of control, water, information, wealth, and they abuse it. I thought the secrets were a necessary evil for some great purpose, but seeing his chokehold on the Enclave, it's stagnation. You all have every right to distrust me. I am sorry. No more secrets. I just can't do it anymore.
If you can't be a Norian, then what are you?
If you'd have me, I'd like to stay.
Those of us who have been here longer than Sarah. Thoughts?
Let him
It's hard
stare.
to have divided loyalties. But you did the right thing in the end, and if you hadn't, we might all be dead. That takes courage.
Still wasn't quick enough.
I don't know what to make of any of this. I want to believe you, but it's hard in the uncertainty surrounding us.
When I was going through it, you all pulled together to help me.
You are all heard. And I would add that you joined us under false pretenses, Sev. You had loyalties outside the band you never disclosed.
I have a hard time accepting that he kept so much from us, but shared so much with the Eye.
I don't think he
Who knows
shared
what
that
Stanley
much.
did to help us. The Talon heard about us. Only time will tell how much damage that's done.
Lane, I hear you and I understand. Sev has real work to do to rebuild trust. Only you can decide when the apology feels real to you. Sev, that considered, you have worked tirelessly since joining us, and demonstrated an enterprising spirit and deftness as a smith. And before the blade,
I mean, he has helped out quite a lot.
you risked it all by blocking it with your own hand. You can never be a Norian again. I do not sense that you wish to be. And who are the Weavers but a group of outcasts and misfits, just trying to muddle through together? You will stay.
Fair.
And you will help. We have work to do. Tell us about Stanild's plan.
Thank you, Horia.
We must get all the intel we can. Ryan said we need to know everything. Yeah.
I won't dance around it. The situation we face is not good. The Surgeborn are more strategic than we could have imagined. Now, we have no idea what they're planning, but we do know that they can plan. That's our edge. But here's our challenge. That Talon. It spoke. It knew things it couldn't know about us. We're on the back foot and need to catch up fast.
Then let me, as Horia said, help.
I knew that was a good
After
option
I
to pick.
prepared the gate, Staniel took me completely into his confidence. He'd been questioning and learning from the Talon. Or so he thought.
Not realizing he was being manipulated.
He was increasingly estranged from his daughter. I'd wager he was desperate for a friend.
I'd agree. Based on what he'd learned from the Surgeborn from his friend, he put together a plan.
Use my people as a distraction to pull the bulk of the Surgeborn out of the underworlds. Or while he used the gate to... what?
There is a place, deep, deep underground, known as the Source. A feat of engineering unparalleled.
I was going to say it's also the source of the Surge Bomb.
To the Enclave's power, the abundance of magic, the heart of the tapestry, the thing powering the Veil. There was only a single loom gate still connected to the Source after Asylum cleared all connections. And I'm the one who repaired it.
The Grand Gate would take him right to the heart of things then.
Exactly.
Stanel thought he could... what? Sneak down there and fix things somehow? Tear down the Veil?
His hope was to go down and secure a working space, sealed off from the distracted Surgeborn. He wanted to eventually fix things with the help of the Spindle. All glory to his family.
That arrogant idiot.
He'd read in his personal archives there was a system designed to shut down the Source. In the hopes of discovering how it worked, he had been feeding information to the Spindle about it in drips.
Meaning she might have been working on a fix for the Source without knowing it.
Then we have to pursue her research, clearly.
Clearly.
Good. But we still have the problem Stanild never saw coming. A great Surgeborn.
Which almost certainly will be unkillable if it operates like every other Surgeborn. It's hard to imagine any place more full of tangles than the literal source of the magic that's overflowing.
On that, I have an idea. If I'm right, we might be able to turn the tables and remove its advantage. I'll need
good.
Bryn's help. That's all right with everyone.
Of course. If it gives us a chance, we have to take it.
I agree.
Has anyone just thought to ask the Talon?
What would we ask it? Favorite color? Favorite way to disembowel Ashar?
No, she's right. It has clearly demonstrated an interest in Bryn. Maybe she could pry some information out of it.
I'm not sure I'll get much. But I'm also sure I'm not going to think it's my friend. So, worth exploring?
Then we have a path forward. Sev will pursue his thoughts on dealing with that beast.
My people have started calling it the Herald.
Of destruction? Doom?
Why not both?
Doom seems fitting considering Doom the Dark Ages is out this week.
Sev pursues weakening the Herald. We work with the Axle to look into the Spindle's latest research. And if she feels like it, Bryn has a chat with our imprisoned Surgeborn.
As good a path forward as we are going to find. Let's call it here and get to work.
Alright. We've got the extra stuff.
I examined the wreckage at the Grand Gate after everything that transpired there.
Found something useful?
The kinetic strand, in fact.
Aha!
Mark must have torn it from the Herald's pattern in the chaos of the battle.
Think we could weave it into my mantle?
I don't see why not. Its pattern appears to be quite similar to those found on wild creatures and Archons.
All right. We need every advantage.
Then let's get to work.
Weave strand, kinetic powers, grass objects, use a
And we're finished. This will be quite the powerful addition to your mantle.
How so?
This strand can twist kinetic magic into a tunnel. In battle, you could push debris or enemies through it and send them flying through the air quite forcefully.
Could I jump through it?
I suppose you could?
Hey, there's a lot of tall buildings, flying creatures. This is going to be great.
You're right. Just try to be careful.
I will. Kinetic stream strand. Okay. Let's just talk to Len, because she's clear.
Set for my expectations of him was low. Subterranean. You'd have to plumb tremendous depths to even glimpse it. And yet, I never would have expected him to stoop quite so low as he did at the Grand Gate.
Hey, Lane. How are you holding up?
Oh, fine. And you? Are you recovering from your latest near-death experience? We were all rather worried about you.
Thanks for the concern. A little sore today, but no lasting injuries.
Good. Good.
Are you sure you're fine?
Yes. Just ruminating on the numerous disastrous failures that led to this. Not by us, but...
How would you not? No one could have seen it coming. Tell them it's not their fault.
We'd all love to protect the future. But smart as you are, even you can't do that.
Isla would still be here if I could.
I know. She saved us all.
Scholars barely agree on much. But if there's one philosophy many of us share, it's that we must understand our past to build better futures. Maybe I
agree.
prevented this tragedy, but I can't help but mine the past for clues of what was to come. If only to stop it from ever happening again.
Okay. What have we got? Quest. Withering the Storm. Consult with Sev. Consult the Axel Casten's Hole. Compare and contrast. We still need to get the Ark of the Winter's Tide. I noticed there's no Herald on there, so I'm guessing we can't actually upgrade our latest power.
Your candor in the meeting, Sev.
It was terrifying. Wasn't sure I'd be allowed to stay. You didn't get to voice an opinion with the others. Are we?
You really torn up about this. Express my
All
gratitude.
circumstances aside, you saved the day. Solar and I said we had your back, and it paid off. Quick thinking having the scry open.
I knew something was wrong the moment that thing started talking to me when Stanild wasn't around. It was very focused on you.
Me?
So much so that it said the only way the plan would succeed was if you talked to it. It reeked of trap. I didn't survive a decade around Tarzan Norians without picking up when someone's holding a knife behind their smile.
But you still
This is
put me down there.
Sorry. An educated risk.
it's an interesting twist that the story is taking here.
I don't think it understood we have the scry.
And Stanild wouldn't use one, of course.
The Talon was his deepest secret. Whom would he tell?
Can you tell me more about Stanild's plans for once he went through the Grand Gate?
He was counting on Isla. She was exceptional at protective fields. But even then, no. I don't think he had a real plan.
He's like me and my friends, we only have 12% of a plan.
Survive, and fool that he was, he trusted it. We can't afford that mistake. But I have a theory. You know how the weather sometimes skews wildly hot and cold?
Right. The aeroliths.
What else do we see on similar cycles?
Miasma.
Miasma.
Exactly. So, it follows.
You think the aeroliths are able to affect raw magic somehow?
I do. And in Stanild's private records and designs. I found notes, specifically on aeroliths with Norian commentary.
You think the Norians were involved in their creation?
It would certainly explain why Tarza had such access to aeroliths before the search.
I mean, it would.
Right. This might be the key to making the source survivable.
Fewer tangles means less dead me. Absolutely. Where do we start?
You'll need to head to the Watersmith area of the Institute, and I'll guide you from there.
Cool. Right. All the quests. Putting down roots.
I hate to do this when we're already dealing with something like 7 distinct major crises each day. I've got 2 pieces of bad news. Which one do you want to hear first?
Cass will put the worst news out front. Ask her to ease into it.
The second one.
Excellent choice. We have a stove problem. We use specially enchanted coals to maximize burn time and minimize weight, and we're dead out of them. And second, the stove itself is dented. Rather badly.
How do you dent a stove?
How did that happen?
I don't know. I don't do stove maintenance. I'm the logistics girl. Maybe Sev sat on it.
He's still got bum fur, so if he did, it wasn't on.
Regardless, this is a Dom and Sola fix. One problem each.
I'm not sure they're in the best place right now.
That's why I'm asking you. They both love you, and can be grown-ups for the good of the group. Oria's already sick of salad.
Right. What is involved in putting down roots? Consult with Dancy about magical sources of heat. Let's, before we continue with that, layers of garlic.
Hey, mind if we talk somewhere private?
Lead the way.
I won't be returning to expeditions. I've known for a while now, but I couldn't bring myself to admit it. My days as point are over.
Oh, our arm's healed. It's not got bandage on. I noticed that.
From your injury.
Not as well as I should be. That I got injured at all was a sign that I'm not as fast as I used to be. I should count myself lucky. Not many points get a career this long, but I'm not ready for this to end. Especially here, of all places. What kind of legacy is it to reach the Enclave only to sit by the fire?
But you've had an incredible career. And it isn't ending just because you can't go on expeditions.
I know, but it's not the same. And some part of me was hoping to end on a big score. I thought if I found out who my father was, if he turned out to be some great weaver like my mother, it's silly.
Tell me.
I thought I could solidify my legacy in history. Make sense of what my own contributions have been, if anything at all.
You're an incredible weaver in your own right. You don't need impressive
Didn't
parents to
she
believe that.
lead the Weaver band
You had
that
to
got
make last
into the
man's
Vale
vote.
for the first time in
Isn't
decades?
finding your way into the Enclave the biggest score of all? You're everything I want to be.
That's very kind. Maybe in time I'll make peace with what my career has been. But for now, it's too raw.
Is there anything I can do?
Unless you can give me a few years back. This is grief I'll need to sit with for a while.
I understand. I wish there was something I could do to help Aurea see herself the way I see her. Lane knows a thing or two about recording legacies.
That's a good point. Let's do that. Yeah. We'll talk through all these different quests that's here. Let's talk to Dan first. Maybe not from up there. Or there.
Ah, good. You're all here.
Yes, we're here to talk about the stove.
Anyway, stove's not working. Campfire sucks by comparison. How are we fixing this?
Yes, please, let's talk about the stove.
How did we run out of coal anyway? I spent 2 days in Varentia working on that last batch.
Sure, but then we ended up in the Enclave. So now we need to find more. Also in the Enclave.
I don't
I mean,
easily
it's
have
not that
materials to
complicated, is it?
process another batch. But the temple might have some. I hate to admit it, but that was the one really useful thing I took out of my time with the Church of the Hallowed Pyre. They know their fuels.
Great! Temple. But what good's coal without a proper place to burn it for cooking? Sola?
If we're able to find coal like before, then it'll just be a case of reforming and reinforcing the old stove. I will need a few materials. I'll draft up a list for Bryn.
Good. Excellent. We're moments away from hot food. Go team!
So I'll...
Go team!
They so completely wanted out of that situation. It's actually quite funny. Grow the bloom to do it, putting down roots. I find the special in hollow pine rise in Upper Denevron. Okay. So we need to go to Upper Denevron. Blaze of Glory.
Lane, I was wondering if you could help me with something.
What is it?
Well, it turns out Aurea's search for her father wasn't just about finding her family.
Crusades into one's lineage rarely are. Let me guess. She didn't find the missing piece of herself that she hoped she would, and now she's having an existential crisis.
Intuitive.
That kind of sums it up.
It happens. So, what has all this really been about?
She knows she needs to retire, and she's struggling with what her legacy has been.
Ah, isn't it strange how the most accomplished people never seem to recognize their own success?
Yeah, I was hoping you could help with that. After all, isn't chronicling a legacy your specialty?
We could certainly commemorate her career with a written account. A lovely idea. I would suggest we personalize it with anecdotes from each of our traveling companions, as they've been in Aurea's band longer than you or I. Would you interview them for me? Legacies may be my specialty, but you might have the leg up when it comes to connecting with others.
Sure.
Fair.
I can do that. Any tips on what to ask them?
Ask whatever you like. Maybe you want a few humorous stories in the mix. Or some readers prefer heartfelt. Why don't I start by interviewing you?
Me?
Of course. We'll need your input. What has Aurea meant to you?
First she puts me as everything, share my feelings about Aurea.
Aurea was legendary to me before we met. To have someone like her give me unparalleled opportunity and responsibility, it means the world to me. She's a true guiding light in my career.
Great.
As she
I'll
should be.
transcribe that and start her biography. Take notes when you speak to the others and come back to me.
Alrighty.
You know, a lot of points struggle with transitioning into a watcher's role full time. And there's
I can't imagine that, actually. Going out and doing all the adventuring, and then what are you doing now? I watch someone else do the adventuring.
I'm sure it will.
It's kind of like what you guys do with me, if you think about it. Oh, here's a light side mini, don't see. Ask if he has any funny
We'll
stories.
definitely highlight Ori's accomplishments, but I'm wondering if you've got any lighter stories to share.
Oh, there was this one time I had to borrow a pair of her trousers after an experiment went awry. Well, borrowed without asking first.
So you stole her trousers, and they fit you.
It was wash day, and I was trying to accelerate the drying process with a little magical heat. When all my clothes went up in flames, no one else in the camp would let me touch theirs. So I borrowed a pair from Oria while she was out on an expedition, hoping to find a solution before she returned.
And
But I did not. When she came
I'm gonna
back,
say I
she
never did.
cocked a brow and said they looked better on me than her. I still have those trousers. They're comfortable, so I wear them on wash day for a laugh. And if I have to belt them above my ribs, so be it.
Thanks for sharing, Dom.
one down. What have I got to craft? Oh yeah, scrying maintenance. Device may bring thick hide, hard leather. Okay. Let's go. Right.
Friend, I love what you're doing for Oria. How can I help?
Who's been in the band the longest? Ask how Oria's evolved over the years.
You've been in the Weaver Band the longest. How do you think Oria has changed throughout her career?
To be a point for as long as Oria has is extremely rare. The knowledge she's acquired at a time when Weavers have lost so much is invaluable. She's always been passionate about recovering what was lost since the Surge. Though, I think feeling alone in that ambition has taken a toll on her over the years.
I can imagine that.
Way.
Not all Weavers are in this for our collective culture the way Arya is. Many of them only seek personal glory. When Casman didn't work out as her replacement point, she became worried she might never find someone that shared her vision for this band. It meant a lot when she finally found you.
Wow. Thank you, Sola.
Happy to help.
Alright. I'm trying to get, like, slightly different stories from each of them.
I haven't known Oria for as long as the others, but she's done a lot for me. I'd like to help with your project if I can.
Of course, Sev.
What do you want to know?
He clearly appreciates Oria. Ask what she has done for him.
You said Oria has done a lot for you. Tell me more about that.
After everything that's happened, everything I've done, she's just accepted me as part of the band. Until now, my position in life has always felt precarious. Just be accepted, no questions asked by someone like her. It means everything. She's given me a home. All of you have.
You'll always have one with us.
For the first time in my life, I actually believe that.
Thanks, Sev.
Glad to be of service.
Glad to be of service. Okay, and finally Casman. Pet.
Your idea to commemorate Oria's career with Lane is lovely. How can I help?
Oria has impacted all of us. Ask how she's affected Casman. Well, we just had that with Sev, so Arya's heroics are legendary, which...
What is Arya's most impressive accomplishment?
It's tough to choose. But I always remember this time we
Do
were
this one.
camping in the Sansa Plains. Arya had heard of a drake a few leagues north of where we made camp, believed to be one of the biggest in the Maida. She left on an expedition, hoping to return with a few scales or maybe a tooth. Gone for hours, she came barreling back into camp at nightfall, dragging its entire hide behind her. We ate and drank like royalty for a fortnight with all the riches that hide bartered on the Imperial black market. I don't know which memory is fonder. All of us gathered around the fire, sharing a bottle of aged mead. Or the look on her face when she dragged that hide into the camp.
I don't like mead. I have tried mead multiple times, and
Sharing.
My pleasure.
there's always this weird taste to it. Like, I've tried honey and whiskey, and I quite like honey whiskey. Not all honey whiskies are made the same. I have had one that is way better than Jack Daniel's honey. I do also quite like Jack Daniel's honey. But yeah, I've tried mead multiple times before, and it's not my favourite thing in the world. Codex compiling. The Chronicles of Arya Silverbeak. Okay, this is going to take a while, folks. Strap in. The Chronicles of Arya Silverbeak. Her quartermaster, Casmin Thane, has said that she was initially skeptical of Arya's offer of adventure. Something so flighty as glory and treasure hunting had little appeal to her grounded nature. However, she joined for the appeal of caring for a close-knit band, and in time, she even grew enamored with the element of adventure as well, though from a safe distance, preferably one hand woven into Ava's fur. Her favourite memory highlights the time Arya single-handedly felled a massive ash-peaked drake in the Sanhaz Desert. The triumphant look on Arya's face as she dragged the drake's carcass into camp brought Casmin a little closer to understanding the appeal of dangerous heroics, and the coming fortnight's food and drink bought for the caravan by this scaly bounty warmed her up to adventure completely. Dame Kenuri, the enchanter in Arya's weaver band, hopes that Arya will be remembered in history not just for her heroics, but for her often hidden sense of humour. He recalls a laundry day gone awry. In hopes of accelerating the drying process, he used heat magic and set all of his pants aflame. The rest of the band refused to lend him a pair for fear that their garments would too be reduced to ash as well, so he borrowed a pair of pants from Arya while she was on an expedition. When she returned to the camp to see Dan wearing them, she simply looked him up and down before giving an approving stoic nod. They looked better on him than her. Though Arya takes her role and her band seriously, she greets the team's occasional hijinks and missteps with good-natured laugh. She famously never forgets to find the fun in what they're doing. Difficult, given the material circumstances faced by weavers nowadays, but vital nonetheless. Arya's smith, Solana Naikana Adad, has said that Arya's ambition lies purely in restoring the collective knowledge of weaver culture. At points in their travels together, Solar has suspected that Arya has felt alone in that ambition. Many weavers chase personal glory and riches over working to rebuild what was lost in the search. Arya is unique in her desire to find a hearth for her people once more, and has built a small community of like-minded friends to assist in this grand ambition. Solo's apprentice, Sebastian, has also said that he found incredible acceptance in Arya's band, that her willingness to welcome him, despite the times where he's questioned whether or not he belongs among weavers, has allowed him to find something he's been missing for quite some time: a home. And few relationships within any weaver band are quite so special as the one shared between Mentor and Point. She was still quite so special as the one between Arya and Bryn. Bryn, in short, considers herself incredibly lucky to have found a mentor with whom she can truly share her passion and ambition. The two are kindred spirits, both mentor and mentee, and two close friends besides. Though the testimonies of her band speak volumes about her influence and career, perhaps Arya's most significant contribution to weaver culture has been re-entering her birthplace, the Enclave. Her steadfast guidance through the storm of deadly tangles to reach the Vale, through the Enclave's wild outskirts, its abandoned capital city, and even through its now fractured political sphere, will surely be considered the first test of its post-surge renaissance in the decades to come.
My hand is cramped. But the account of Oria's career is finished.
Great. I'll gather everyone if you're ready to present it.
I'll need to ice my quill hand. Oh, but of course.
Let's hope she likes this.
She will.
She was like, that's confidence right there. She will.
What's going on?
We wanted to present the latest addition to Lane's archive to you, together. We all contributed, though credit goes to Lane for compiling and writing it.
I've titled it A True and Personal Account of Oria Silverbeak Harpinay.
What is going on?
We wanted to do something special to commemorate your time as Point.
You didn't have to do all this.
We did. You've done more for each of us time and time again.
No one is more deserving of a place in Weaver history than you, Oria.
I agree.
So we took it upon ourselves to write you one.
As a thank you for everything.
I don't know what to say.
Lane, why don't you read just the opening?
Oria Silverbeak, as she came to be known, was born to Sharian Harpinay and Eugenius Osphine inside the Enclave just before the Surge.
Osphine.
Though she never knew her father, her mother hoped Oria would follow in her footsteps as a skilled enchantress within the Maida. But Oria decided to become a Point, blazing her own trail. Something she would continue to do throughout her career, bigger and bolder each time. We'll let you read the rest on your own.
We hope this account will help you see yourself and your accomplishments.
So
the way
Eric
we-
saying that
I'm at a loss.
was interesting.
All I can say right now is thank
There's
you.
more to the story of her dad. Fire.
Bryn, I was so moved by what you did for Oria. It's clear she means a lot to all of you.
She does.
She does.
But her father, Eugenius Osphine, I know who he is.
You do?
Yes, and I want you to make an offering for his grave. I can give you a key swatch to reach it.
Wait, you know where it is?
I do. And I'm sure Oria would love to watch you visit on the scry.
Okay, but shouldn't we tell her?
Trust me, this is something you should show her directly. Come back when you've got the offering and I'll give you the key swatch.
Okay. Gravesite offering. Oria's feather. Right. How do I get Oria's feather exactly?
One of Oria's feathers would be beautiful as part of the offering for her father's grave.
Okay. What else do we need? We need to scrap stipe. Okay. I think well, we need to go to open the Neverun, don't we? So... Right. But first, let's go talk to the Axel. Alright, we'll do this one, and then we'll do all the companion quests. Ah, dipshit. Fuck you.
are hardly in any position to make lofty demands. The council convened and unanimously stripped you of your role. You no longer hold the privileges of the Eye.
And how quickly did you convene that council? You hardly waited for my daughter's body to cool.
She is dead because of you. Because of your reckless behavior and deception, no less.
Harun, how dare you? Every decision I've made, every action I've taken has been for her protection.
Oh yeah, clearly that worked out, didn't it?
Her at the Grand Gate was for her protection.
Good
We all saw
comeback.
you on the scry. And that is Khan Arteme to you, Kenrick.
Is this a bad time?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
No. You're more than welcome at Cassidon's Hold. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for you.
I came to offer my condolences. To both of you.
Oh. Thank you.
I stood for what she believed in, reminiscing on her bravery.
In the end, she was braver than any of us could have imagined. She took a stand and did what she believed was right. I owe her my life.
She was exceptional. It's hard to imagine the Enclave will ever recover from this loss.
Then why are you so opposed to giving her the funeral she deserves?
With the Surgeborn swarming Denevron, we can't risk a trip to the Hallowpire Rise.
For generations, every Stanild has received the right of ashes upon death. Isla will not be the exception to
What
this.
part of it is incredibly dangerous do you not understand?
You? Don't tell me you're a Hallowpire priestess on top of being a righteous pain in my ass.
Skies, do you want a funeral or not? She's our best option.
Isla saved my life. I want to help you honor her death.
I suppose you do owe her that. Fine.
Fuck, they've written the eye really well. He truly is a character that you just want to punch in the face.
On the high pyre. As you collect the ashes, you must read a rite aloud to thank the flames for bringing the deceased to rest.
Do you have an object that was sacred to Isla?
Isla's most prized possessions aren't in Cassidon's Hold. She had a secret refuge in Dredger's Mire. You're sure to find something. She was always sneaking away at night to work there.
You knew she was sneaking out of Cassidon's Hold.
I knew my daughter better than she realized. Return to me with the ashes.
Thank you, Bryn.
Okay. Lots to do. Alright. Quests. Dredges my... Right, so that one... We can do anything. There's nothing... Right, we've got this right. We need Winter Scout. Compare and contrast. Dredges my... Okay. Right, okay. I've got to Dredges my... In fact, we have Ark of the Wintertide. Just, right. We also need to do that. Axel's Arch. Right, it'll be close to the Axel's Arch. Right.
I suppose if anywhere we're going to be too full of magic, it would be this place.
A lot of the records were lost, but we know the real innovation happened down here.
And the Enclave's innovations took a lot of magic. Right.
fucking die. Think it died? I'm not sure if that actually died. Ooh, okay, let's set this thing out. Ooh, you are just going. You dead yet? One here it is. Okay. Let's that down. Don't. Good job I hit that. I hit that heal. Damn you. Go up here. No, damn you. Come on. Back off, grabbing me. to not do that. Miss me, asshole. Ah, go away. I was lucky finding that there. Let's try and get over to this. Come on. Miss me. Alright, come on. There we go. Don't. Come on. There we go. Alright, have it. Thank you.
Could always use more frost magic.
Yes, we can always use more frost magic. That is true. Alright. Pick up some resources, because I think we're potentially going to need them. Alright, but that's that done. I think we only did that to get... What did we do that for? Right. Do that. Okay. We want Winter's scrap, which we get from Upper Danarkage. Alright, okay. Do. Just take the hint and fucking die, will you? Here we go. Like that. Alright. Alright. There we go. We want to be over there. There's the gate. Right. So if we do that, then we'll go to Dredge's Mire. Flame turns leather. Alrighty. We'll do me. Up here we go. Alright, Dredge's Mire, and then we can't use the gate. Archon's Expanse. Which one's closest to the Archon's? Expanse. Probably Saka's Lake. Okay. Although it seems to be they're both just as close to each other, so.
I'm going to let Arik power the scribe for your run with the blue grin.
Appreciate it, Aurea.
You could use the practice.
Archon's Expanse is over this way, which we did know. Right, let's have a bob. I'm gonna need another bob. Hey, go away. I keep missing the creature. There's actually somewhere to know. Come on, just die, will you? Thank you. We got there in the end. Everyone's got Paul the Veil for this bit. An icon advan. The icon's expands for something else. Okay. Actually makes sense. Right, what are we doing? Let's get a bob going on. If you can actually hit them with the runes and get the runes to stick on the creature, it works so much better. Right. Where is it? Right. So we're in Paul the Veil. Where's... Stop missing the stupid dog. Guess I'll just do it myself, eh? Right, from her secret refuge near Paldervale in Dredge's Mire. Right. Near Paldervale. So we're in... Where could it be? Up here, maybe? Stupid wolf. Near Polderville, we basically just need to look for the quest icon. Oh, that was pointless. Drop. Drop. Where could the spindle? Personal effects from a secret refuge near Poldervale in Dredge's Mire. Ceramic braided linen. What else can we get rid of? Let's do that. Be nice if they told us exactly where the Spindle's secret refuge was, wouldn't it? Up here seems slightly promising, but that's not useful. Right, so it's not in there. I think we're just gonna have to basically run around the area near Poldervale and hope that the quest marker shows up. You missed, assholes. Where could her refuge be? Alright, this is not helping, like, at all. Retrieve the spell's personal effects from a secret refuge near Poldervale in Dredge's Mire. Well, this is Poldervale. So where would a refuge be? You go away. It'd be nice if there was some sort of, or if you look for this specific thing, you'll be able to find it. But there's not even anything like that. What'd be even nicer is if the wisp led you to whatever your current quest is. That would be so much better. Yeah, man. There we go. Alright. I do still reckon the best secret refuge for the spindle would be in there. It's a place we can't get to. Come on, you guys, just die, please. Iron Heart Crystal. That seems like something we should probably have. Right, this is not going away. Near Polderville. Retrieve this pacifier from a secret refuge near Polderville. Where is that, though, you irritating game? Not in there. It would have given me the quest marker if it was in there. Let's just... God damn it, stupid mushroom. Well, clearly it's not there. Maybe she's. It means up here. Right, so the worm's gonna be up here. I suspect. Maybe not. Right. Just climb on up. We'll just check. I don't believe this is anywhere actually near Paul the Vale, but yeah, that was not what we wanted. Why can't I just open that door permanently? It'd be so much easier. Ooh, you know what I haven't done? Use my new power. Create a ton of magic force that can propel creatures or the weavers themselves at great speed. Can even bend or focus other magic energy such as flame. Okay, I'm just gonna spend the rest of the stream trying to find this one thing. It isn't anywhere around. Big beam of light. Let's head towards the big beam of light. See if that helps us. Can't imagine it will. Yeah. Right. What might be Isla's secret refuge? Okay, so it's partially right.
Isla dedicated her life to restoring the Arks. Darm's right. We will need to continue her research. But for now, what might she consider sacred for the right?
Come on, dickhead. Right. Refined serenite. Refined serenite is definitely better. Right, we've got here personal letter.
A letter from the Axel. I should take it back to her.
Yes, you should.
A torn Archon. That's sweet. Dom, do you think this could work for the Rite of Ashes?
It's perfect.
Isla also had a copy of On the Workings of Archons, marked with annotations, just like Lucia's.
Could be useful.
Wait, I'm losing you.
You hear me better now?
Yeah, the scry was cutting out.
Strange.
That is weird.
At any rate, the book could be useful. Once you've completed the ritual, I'll take a look.
Right. Up here to the gate. Right. Let's just go back on. We'll dump his stuff, and then let's check his quests, because. Oh yeah, we also need to like weave the strand. Frost powers. Awesome kinetic powers. Oh, so I can harvest the full 3 of the kinetic stream. What are we crafting? Nothing. Echoes of Wintertide, quest complete. That's good. Alright, what's his quest? Burn the spindle's tie I can alter. We're putting down roots. So we also need to go to the whole Rose for that one. Right, we need Upper Dineron is basically where we need to go. Right, we've got 10 minutes. Let's go to no. Guild District would be better. With Halopaya Rise. So there's 2 things from Halopaya Rise, and then a bunch of the Winter Scrape. So basically, any blue planets we find, hit with my sword. It's a basic idea. Right. Blue flowers. Not those blue flowers, but these ones. Yep. No. Yeah, those flowers don't count. Okay. That makes sense. I say it makes sense, it's what I already knew. We need 20 of these. There's a lot of you fuckers in there. Yeah, she's also taken care of, which is good. I do love that you can turn them into a big ball of exploding gas. I must continue to remember that you can only hurt those things with one weapon. Oh, come on, boys. Give me a break here. Go away. Also go away. Yeah, am I heading anywhere towards the Hollow Race? Yes, it's this way. What does that do? Nothing. Okay. At least we know. Oh yeah, you. Go fly. Oh. Come here. Okay.
I'll need to place the toy ark on the high pyre. This place never fails to impress. Just imagine it before the veil went up. Wouldn't have had to scavenge for chemically treated coal at any rate. Sad to burn such a sweet toy.
There we go.
Now to collect the ashes. Though the flame abates and the ash grows cold, let she who worshipped you rest in eternal warmth.
Beautiful, Brain.
I'm sure I
There it is again. The sky is cutting in and out. Dom? Aurea?
We're... Can you hear me now?
You're back.
While you bring the ashes to Cassidon's hold, I'll analyze the scry. Something strange is afoot.
Good plan. Right, I think I... Walk in the footsteps of a dear friend. Alright, how many things have I got? 12. I need 8 more. With, have I got time? Well, I would have time if, no. Excuse me. I said go away. And you too. Right. What we got? I've got 16. We need 4 more. Come on, let's try and find these last 4 of these. Oof, that was actually quite painful. Time to leave. Oh, that actually worked out. I think we need 4 more. We just got 4 more. So we've got the stuff. Finish building that. Okay. Alright, folks. That's it from me for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I will be back tomorrow with apparently quite a bit more of Eternal Strands. So, yeah, we're going to be going through the quest. We'll do the companion quests and then we'll carry on with the main story. Yeah, if we can, we'll hunt down the strands to feed that tunnel power, but the tunnel power doesn't actually seem particularly useful, so I'm not sure if we will end up doing that, but hey, maybe I'm wrong. All right, thank you so much. Have a fantastic Thursday, sweet dreams, and I'll catch you tomorrow night, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Good night.